Hey guys, welcome to the Creative Arena. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this epic image trail effect that comes in two variations, and I'm going to walk you step by step on how to achieve both variations for you to pick whichever one you want to make use of on your platform. In the past, I've done a couple of image trail effects, one of which is what you can see on the screen right now. If you move your cursor, this is how it works, as you can see. And also this insane image trail effect, as you can see how it works, which is wonderful and mind-blowing. So if you like either of both image effect and you want to test run it, there is a link in the description of this video where you can see both tutorials and then you can watch them. However, in this particular tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create an epic image trail effect, and comes in two variations, and I'm going to walk you through how to go about achieving both variations and provide you the codes for them. So this is the first variation. So when you move your cursor, you can see how it works. You can see, and then when you come down here, it still works like that. But however, when you get to a particular level on the second container, it vanishes, and then when you come over here, it picks itself up and continues. So on this particular container, it works in all direction. When you come over to the second container, it now vanishes, and then it doesn't work on any other part of the section, just here. Okay, and also this is the second trail variation. As you can see, it works. However, this one works on the entire page. So when you come over to the second page, it doesn't vanish, it still works here. This is the second container, and it works well on this section. You come over to the third section, and if you have other sections, it's going to work wonderfully well on them all. So whichever of the variations you choose to make use of on your platform, you can just pick one, and both codes will be made available on the comment section of this video, so you can just use it to spice up whatever project you're working on. So without wasting much of our time, let's dive in and get started. In our Elementor web editing screen, I've already taken the time out to create just this sample demo content here. As you can see, it's labeled other website content and other more website content. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this plus icon here, click here and select the flexbox container. I'll select any of the structures, and then I'll come over here for the minimum height. I'm just going to set it to VH100. Okay, then I'm just going to come over here and then add the image content. So I will go to the style option. For the width, I'll set it to pixel. Give it a width of 250 pixel and then a height of 300. Then I'll come over to the object filter, set it to cover. Then I'll come down here to the border radius. I'll give it a value of 10 pixel. Now I'll go back here to this image here, come over here, and then let me select an image from our media library. So I'm just going to select this image here. Okay, so we now have this image. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to the advanced settings, come over here to where we have the z-index, and then I'm going to give it a value of z-index value of 1. And then for the CSS class, I'm also going to come over here to my code editor where I've written down the code. So this is the CSS class we're going to use. These are the various CSS class we're going to use. So for this one, I'm just going to copy out this one, the TCA trail. Then I'll come over here and I'll paste the class here. Okay, so now that I've done that, the next thing I'll do here is I'm just going to duplicate this particular image. I'll duplicate it multiple times depending on how many you want. You just continue duplicating them. Okay, so and then I will change the next image. Let me select another image. Select this image here. For this one, select another image. For this one here, I come over here, I select this image. Then for the last image here, I will select this image. Okay, so we now have all this set, all the images selected. So the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to come over here, select this container here, then come over, click on the add element, and then search for the HTML widget. Okay, so now it has been added to the bottom of this content here. So now for reference purposes, I'm going to call this container here our parent wrapper container. Okay, so now within the parent wrapper container, we now have this HTML widget. So I'm just going to head over to my code. Now I have two codes written out here. The first code is image trail for a particular section. Now that is a code I'm just going to copy out, and I'm going to show you both codes and make both codes available for you for free on the comment section so you can use it on whatever project you're working on. So I'm just going to copy this out. Okay. And then I'm going to return back here and I'm going to paste the code here. So now the next thing I'm going to do here is you can see now that all the images have disappeared into one, and then if you can and then the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to come over here. Nothing is happening here. The reason being that we haven't added our parent wrapper class. So I'm going to go to the advanced settings here, come down to here, we'll have the class, and then I will go back to my code editor and then come over here. This is the class here, the TCA parent wrapper class. So I'm just going to copy that class, come over here, and then I'm going to paste the class. So you can. So now what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to click on the publish so we can preview what we have. So you can see when you move your cursor, you now have this effect here. As you can see, you see when you get to the next content, it disappears. The next content area, it gradually fades away. You can see, still progressing, it fades away. And then when you come back, it goes like that. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do here is in the situation where we intend to add content here, all you just need to do is select the parent container, come over here, you can select the container, then come over to the parent container. Just let's do a little bit, justify content to the center, align to the center. So we'll now have this section here. So now for this container here, let's drag it to the top here like so. Now we can say call this one our content. So I'm just going to come over here to add another element. Let's say I add a heading widget to it. And then for the content, I come over here, justify to the center and align to the center. So for the heading text here, I can just come over here and set the text to, let's say, move cursor to see magic. Then I go to the style option here, and then I increase the font size. Okay. I can just come over here and copy this out here. Just copy this out. This is just a basic design that I'm doing. You can design yours however you want to suit whatever project you're working on. I just want to show you guys something. So I'll go to the parent container, come over here and add a background color. Let's just set the background color to black so we can see our text. Okay, so this is the text here. Move cursor to see magic. Okay. So we can still increase the size of this like that, and then come over here and break the content. Let's just break it. Break the content, go to the style option, and then come over here. Let's transform it to uppercase. Okay, so this kind of look better. Okay, or something like that, whatever you hopeful you want to work with. Okay, so now that we've done that, so now the next thing I'm going to show you here is when you come over here, you click on the publish. Let's preview it and you see some. So you can see now when you hover, you see the cursor moves around and it just moves around. So however, if you want this image to work underneath this particular, you want this text to be above the image, you can just do that by increasing the z index. Increase the z index of the text area like that. Okay, so now that we'll have all this like that. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the second part of the code. So the second part of the code, what it does is that instead of when you notice when you come over to the next container, your image trail fades away and you can no longer see it. However, when you go back, it only works here. So now the next code will enable it if you want a situation where you want this imagery to work on the entire website. That is when you scroll down, you keep seeing it everywhere on the website. That is where the second code comes into play. So to do that, just come over here, come back to this HTML widget here, and then I'm going to head over to my code editor. Now this is the second code here. This is the first code rather. Now you come down to the second code. The second code here states that image trail for entire page. So you just copy it here. and then we'll come back here and we'll replace this particular code here. So now once we've done that, we're just going to click on publish, and then we'll come over here and we'll preview. So now when I move cursor, you can see it's working here. So as I scroll down, you see here on this particular content, other content is still working here. When I come down here, it's still working here like that. So this entire page, our mouse effect works perfectly on it. So it depends on whatever you want. Either you want it to work on a particular section or you want it to work on the entire page. You can do it, and both codes will be made available for you for free. So you can also stylize it. Instead of using images of this size, you can use certain widgets, certain image file, or certain size of image just to portray whatever product you're actually advertising, or whatever your website stands for. You can just do that. Okay, so that's pretty much it about this tutorial. I hope you've learned something new from this tutorial. If you've done that, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to our channel, remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified first when I drop a new content. And feel free to ask questions wherever you're confused, or share your suggestions, and I'll do well to attend to as much as I can. But until then, see you on our next video. Bye-bye.